this is Zach Colburn from the Personal Trainers Business Incubator. And what I want to talk to you guys about today is signing clients on long-term and preventing churn rate with client signups. So when we get our coaches started, we typically recommend that they start selling 3-month packages, just because when you're first getting started, it's really important to just get some really easy wins under your belt. But ultimately, the goal is to keep clients on long-term. And so a problem that we see is that when clients reach that 12-week mark, they have a high churn rate because they've reached the end and they've decided that this is the end and they're going to go off on their own. So a common question I get from coaches is, how do we keep clients signing up and retain them long-term? How you do this is you need to paint a long-term vision from the very beginning. You need to understand what their ultimate goal is and what their ultimate transformation is, and break it down into sections in which you're able to deliver the information at a relevant time, spread out across the entire journey. I'll give an example of a student of mine who was having trouble with this. She would sign clients up. On day one, she would give all of the information that she had directly to their clients, and their clients would receive all the information that they needed. But the problem here is that there was so much information overload that the client wouldn't retain the information whatsoever and would just retain the information that was directly relevant to them in that situation. And then they wouldn't do any type of seed planting when it comes to the long-term vision. So by the time that the 12 weeks came up, the client had already seen the end. They already knew that the program was ending at 12 weeks. And so by the time that they reached that 12 weeks, they're already thinking about the next thing. And the next thing might not be continuing to work with you. And so what we recommend for our student to do was that on day one, they understand what the long-term vision is. First goal might be to lose 10 to 15 pounds. The next goal might be to learn how to maintain those new results while also maintaining a social life. The next goal might be to build some new muscle. These are all steps in the journey that can't be crammed into 12 weeks. So what you want to do is understand and uncover what the long-term vision for this person is. They don't just want to get results, but they also want to learn how to maintain results and then also improve those results later on. And so right there, that's already a 9-month commitment with 3 separate sections and 3 separate phases. And so what you can do is you can say, hey, these are the steps that we're going to take. First, we're going to lose this weight. Then we're going to teach you how to maintain this weight loss. And then we're going to progress you even further. Then when you sell your 12-week commitment, what you can do is say, hey, we're going to commit to this first phase together. Now, instead of dumping all of that information all at once in a place to where the information is going to be irrelevant and not retained, what you can do is slowly drip out that information only when the client needs it, so that way they actually retain the information, they're able to implement the information, and then you're able to actually save some new sauce and new tips and tricks to get them to the next level. There was a tip that I heard from Alex Ramosi about coaching, about how you always need to be one step ahead of your client in order for them to continue coming back to you, because as soon as they learn everything that you have to teach them, then they're going to move on to the next thing. But if you have more information for them to keep coming back to, then they're going to keep signing up to get more of what you have to offer. And the signups are going to be a lot easier because they've already invested in you once, meaning that they already trust you. And if you got them to the results, then they will trust you to have another bridge to cross. They will trust you to invest in you again. And so the goal here is when you're signing clients up, sign them up for a 12-week commitment just to get started and plant the vision long-term. Say, hey, this is the long-term vision and these are the steps that we're going to take to get you to your end goal. But the first phase of this program is going to be focused on this one specific goal, this one specific step in the journey. Help them go there for the first 12 weeks. And then around the 60-day mark, what you can do is have a conversation about the next step. Because when you come up on that 12 weeks and you haven't had a conversation about the next steps, in their mind, they've already decided that the program's over and that they're going to move on. Whereas if you can catch them early and say, hey, we have 1 month left together, but after that, this is what the next phase of your program is going to look like, or these are the next goals that we can work on, then they're going to be excited to continue working with you, because now you've planted the seed that there's more for them to learn and there's new goals for them to reach. And so the key to keeping clients on long-term, 6-month plus, is to deliver information at the time that they need it. Always have new information and new goals set for them so that they continue coming back to learn from you. And then eventually at that point, once you've gotten them through their full transformation, they've learned everything that there is to learn, let them go proudly and be proud of the job that you did as a coach.